right, I'll be 2 minutes.
What is going on? Yeah, it's like a regular party.
Don't tell any...
Paige!
Oh my God!
Damn it!
The movie kicks off with two cops driving down a dark road, transporting a prisoner named Krug. As they chat, Krug keeps glancing around like he's waiting for something. When they stop at a train crossing, a pickup truck slams into their car. Two masked people step out. One of them shoots the driver right away. Turns out, the guy is Francis, Krug's brother, and the other is Sadie, Francis's girlfriend. Krug mercilessly hangs the last cop, showing him a picture of his daughter just before he dies. Next, we meet Mari, a competitive swimmer working hard to beat her record while her mom, Emma, cheers her on. Emma heads off to get her husband, John, a surgeon, to prepare for their family trip. Mari drives while John takes a nap in the back seat, and soon, they reach their beautiful lakeside house. Mari settles into the guest house while her parents move into the main house. The next day, Mari wants to borrow the car to go see her friend Paige. Emma hesitates, but John hands Mari the keys, gives her some cash, and tells her to have fun. Emma promises to check in while she's out. Mari drives into town to see Paige, who works at a local store. They catch up, talking about Mari's late brother, Ben. As they chat, a guy named Justin stops by for snacks. Paige, being her usual friendly self, introduces him to Mari. Justin wants to buy cigarettes, but doesn't have an ID, so he invites them to his motel, saying he's got better stuff there. Paige is intrigued and hands him the cigarettes before heading off with him. At the motel, Paige and Justin go inside while Mari waits in the car. When she realizes she has no signal, she gets impatient and follows them in. She finds Paige on the bed, smoking with Justin, and soon joins in. Emma calls, asking when Mari will be home, but Mari wants to stay out longer. Before they can talk more, the connection drops. As they keep hanging out, Paige starts prying about Justin's family. He avoids the questions and shifts the conversation. Justin seems to like Mari, and Paige jokingly tries to set them up. Suddenly, the door swings open, and in walk Francis, Sadie, and Krug, who, it turns out, is Justin's father. The girls immediately sense something's wrong. Krug, furious at Justin for bringing strangers, punches him in the stomach and shoves a newspaper in his face. It has Krug and Sadie's pictures on it. Mari and Paige try to leave, promising not to say a word, but the gang won't let them go. Paige panics and locks herself in the bathroom, trying to signal for help, but Francis drags her out and knocks her unconscious. Mari begs Justin to step in, but all he can do is mumble an apology. Krug scolds him for his mistake and forces him to take responsibility by making him stare into Mari's eyes. They show the girls into Mari's car and take off. After driving for a while, they reach a dirt road and hesitate on which way to go. Seeing an opportunity, Mari directs them back toward her family's cabin while secretly pressing the cigarette lighter. Once it's hot, she suddenly attacks Sadie and makes a run for it. The chaos causes Krug to lose control and crash into some trees. Francis, his nose completely shattered, unleashes his fury on Mari. Sadie, enraged by the burn on her face, goes after Mari, but Paige grabs a log and smacks her before making a run for it. Francis and Sadie chase Paige relentlessly. She manages to hide under some tree roots for a moment, but before she can reach a nearby construction site, they catch her and drag her back. Krug decides it's time for Justin to prove himself and forces him to choose between the two girls. Justin refuses, so Krug pulls him toward Mari and makes him touch her against his will. Paige calls Krug disgusting, which enrages him. He stabs her in the stomach while Francis stabs her from behind, leaving her to bleed out. Mari cradles her friend as she dies, but she doesn't have time to grieve. Krug forces himself on her while she desperately pleads for Justin's help. Francis keeps Justin in place, preventing him from intervening. When it's over, Krug tosses Mari's necklace aside, and Justin quietly picks it up. Barely able to stand, Mari grips a rock in her hand and smashes it into Krug's face before making a run for it. She sprints toward the lake, trying to escape by swimming, but Krug fires several shots at her. She almost makes it, but a bullet hits her in the back, leaving her wounded and drifting in the water. Meanwhile, a storm is rolling in, and rain starts pouring. The gang needs a place to stay, so they head toward the nearest house. Inside, John and Emma are having dinner when they hear a loud knock at the door. The group claims they were in an accident, and the couple lets them in. John, being a doctor, helps Francis with his busted nose while Emma makes hot chocolate for their unexpected guests. As the lights flicker, John steps out to fix the generator, leaving Emma alone with them. She starts feeling uneasy, but keeps the conversation going, trying to stay calm. John returns and resumes fixing up Francis's face. Meanwhile, Emma hands Justin a cup of hot chocolate in a red mug. He grips it tightly, staring daggers at his so-called family. Unknown to them, Mari is still alive, barely, dragging herself out of the water. When Justin sees photos of Mari in the house and realizes these are her parents, he panics. Struggling to hold it together, he excuses himself and stumbles into the kitchen. The crew warns Justin to keep quiet and not let anything slip about their identities. Justin, overwhelmed with guilt, subtly places Mari's necklace next to the red cup he had been drinking from. He glances at Krug, but Krug remains oblivious to his mistake. Meanwhile, John and Emma let the group stay in the guest house for the night. As they're about to settle in, they hear a noise outside. Curious, they step onto the porch and are horrified to find Mari barely clinging to life. They quickly bring her inside, and John works desperately to help her breathe again. Emma rushes to gather medical supplies, but as she does, she notices Mari's necklace next to Justin's cup. A sinking feeling washes over her. These strangers might not be guests at all. Realizing the extent of Mari's injuries, John tries to treat her wounds while barely holding himself together. As the reality of what happened sinks in, both John and Emma's sorrow turns into something else, pure rage. They know they have to fight for their lives and get Mari to a hospital. John dashes to the docks, hoping to use their boat, but the keys are nowhere to be found. Back in the guest house, Krug and his gang settle in for the night. Justin, still shaken, starts handling his gun, contemplating something. When he gets up to use the bathroom, he seizes the moment. He sneaks into the room where Sadie is sleeping and swipes the pistol. Meanwhile, John returns home, and he and Emma split up to search for the boat keys. As Emma looks through the kitchen, Frances unexpectedly walks in, startling her. She quickly thinks on her feet. She can't let him see Mari. She acts casual, flirting with him, claiming John is asleep upstairs. Keeping him distracted, she fetches wine and glasses while trying to hide her true intentions. Out in the shed, John is searching for the keys when he spots his tools. A dark idea forms in his mind. Inside the guest house, Francis, thinking he's about to have a moment with Emma, enters another room, only to be shocked by the sight of Mari. Before he can react, Emma smashes a bottle over his head and stabs him. Francis tries to fight back, but John suddenly appears, silencing his cries for help. John then drags him into the kitchen, where Emma and John work together to drown him in the sink. In his final moments, he desperately reaches into the sink, only for John to flip on the garbage disposal, shredding his fingers before finishing him off with a hammer. Now, it's time for the main house. John grabs a fire poker while Emma takes a knife, and they creep inside. Krug and Sadie are still asleep. As they edge closer, they spot Justin, holding Krug's gun. Without a word, he offers it to them. John quietly takes the gun, and as Sadie stirs awake, he shoots her in the neck. The noise jolts Krug, and chaos erupts. Krug leaps out of the window, making a run for the house. Sadie locks herself in the bathroom, but John isn't about to let her get away. He kicks the door down, and the two struggle violently. Even Justin tries to step in, but Sadie knocks him aside. The fight ends abruptly when Emma shoots her in the eye, putting an end to it all. Over at the main house, Krug stumbles upon Francis's body and finally realizes he's in deep trouble. John, leaving the gun with Emma, hurries back with his fire poker. The house is dark and eerily silent as he searches for Krug. Meanwhile, Emma has managed to move Mari to the boat, waiting for John to return. Inside, John calls out to Krug, daring him to show himself. Krug, hidden in the shadows, taunts John, trying to figure out how they uncovered the truth. He suspects Justin betrayed him and promises revenge. As Krug sneaks toward the window, he spots Emma near the lake. Seizing the opportunity, he moves, but John is already upstairs, searching. Krug suddenly ambushes John, and a brutal fight breaks out. John struggles, taking several hits as Krug proves to be stronger. At one point, Krug kicks him hard enough to send him tumbling down to the ground floor. With a sinister grin, Krug picks up the fire poker, mocking John for his failed attempt at revenge. Just as he's about to strike the final blow, Justin steps forward, gun raised, and orders him to stop. But Justin hesitates, unable to pull the trigger. Krug takes advantage, knocking the gun from his hands and stabbing him in the stomach with a poker. Just as it seems like all is lost, Emma and John spring into action. They beat Krug down, striking him repeatedly until he collapses. Without wasting another second, they rush back to the boat, taking Mari and the wounded Justin with them. The nightmare seems to be over, but John has one final task to complete. Later, Krug regains consciousness, only to find himself unable to move. He's paralyzed, and John stands over him with an eerie calmness. John places Krug's head inside a microwave and, with a cold smile, assures him that everything will be okay. As the seconds tick by, the microwave hums, Krug's head begins to smoke, and then, in one final gruesome moment, it explodes. Thanks for sticking around for this recap. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, take care.